Alright guys, what is up? How is everybody doing? I hope you're having a great second half to this month. The Q4 sales are just around the corner. Black Friday has already passed, I believe, by the time you're watching this video, and that means that the sales are going crazy, high and rising. Now, I did get affected by my listing being blocked. So if you have checked out that story, you must know what happened. If you haven't, I'll put a link over here somewhere. Just check it out. So I didn't do quite well as far as I expected. I expected to hit over 150 units this Black Friday, and I was on track to do that, but Amazon fucked up and Amazon dropped my listing, and now my rank isn't all that great as it was before it turned off. So yeah, anyways, so actually I was just trying to buy a tripod for myself, for my phone, because I bought a new phone now which has enough memory. So I was just trying to buy a tripod for myself, and I was looking up on Amazon.com for different tripods, and there's something that I noticed in a couple of listings which I just wanted to share with you guys, which I think is a very good idea if you want to optimize your images on your listing. And that's something I advise to everybody. I just had a call yesterday with one of the members in my group. I also gave them the same advice, so I think this should be useful. Alright, let's get into the video. So as you can see, I'm on my computer screen. Now, before we move ahead, alright, just a quick message. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, the link is down below. I keep posting things like this real quick in the group, sometimes whenever it comes to me, whenever it occurs in my mind. So make sure you are in that group. It's absolutely free. You can always reach out to me. You can just drop me a question in the group. I will always respond back to you. Alright, so yeah, there's something that you would notice as a trend in all of these three listings. Now, I'm not sure if they sell a lot, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure they sell a lot because they've got a ton of reviews, and these are actually quite mature listings. So if they're doing something, they must be doing something right, correct? So yeah, if you look at the product images over here, let me hover over the images once on this first listing that I'm looking at. What do you observe? What is that you're observing? Let me go through the next one as well. Did you see that? Let me go to the third one, and then we'll go back to the first one and talk about what is exactly what I'm trying to refer over here. Okay? Right? Got it? Cool. So, well, what is happening over here is that all of these images that you see are not simply product images, right? The seller is not posting just product images. The seller is actually trying to communicate to you via the images. Now, I will give you a very good reason why is this extremely important. Now, I will do that once I explain what's going on over here. So, as you can see, the seller is trying to communicate to you or the buyer who is looking at this listing via the images, because as a buyer, when we are on Amazon, the first thing that we hover over and browse through quickly are the product images. We don't really go ahead and read every word in the title. We don't really go ahead and read all of these bullet points over here. I really don't remember, okay? Like, I'm telling this very consciously. I don't remember I ever read the entire bullet points or the entire description of a product unless I was looking for something specific. That could be an information that's not written anywhere else, that could be something related to warranty, that could be something related to replacements, but otherwise I don't remember reading the bullet points before making a purchase. I think I look at the reviews, I look at the images, and that's how I make a purchase. So you need to think like a buyer when you're trying to improve your listing, correct? So what's happening over here is that the first listing, the first image is telling the buyer that this particular tripod can be used with phones, cameras, GoPro, all of these three kinds of devices. Now, what has happened over here is that if I'm a customer who's trying to buy a phone tripod, or if I'm a customer who's trying to buy a camera tripod, or if I'm a customer who's trying to buy a GoPro tripod, I've just hooked myself. Like, as a seller, I've just managed to hook this customer, correct? So now I've tried to manage I've tried to hook the customer who's looking at all of these three things or three varieties of tripod products. Now look at the second image. Now over here they're trying to show the utility of the device. Now they're trying to show that this device can be used as a selfie stick, as a monopod, and you can you can hold it in your hand like that. And oh wow, it also tells you that it has a Bluetooth remote control, right? But observe one thing. They're not just posting the images there, they're actually writing text. Okay, that's very important. I see a lot of beginners not doing this, and which is very hurting, because you're losing a lot of your sales just because you're not doing this, right? So what you need to do over here is that you need to sell through your images, because I think 75%, maybe even 85% of the customers who are trying to buy your product would just look at the reviews and the images, and they will hit add to cart and buy your product. So you have to communicate via the images. That's what's important. Now, talking about the variety of images that should be there on your listing, there must always be product images which are just about product, and mentioning the features about the product just like that. And there should be something called a lifestyle image. Now what's lifestyle image? Lifestyle image is basically an image wherein you try to make the customer imagine how is your product used in the real world. For example, if this were a product that I was selling, a lifestyle image would be somebody at the gym, a still image of somebody at the gym drinking through this bottle. That would be a lifestyle image, right? So as you can see, this listing has 1, 2, and 3 different lifestyle images. Now there's something wrong over here though. Okay, let me point that out for you so that you can imagine, you can understand how do I think and how does my brain work. So in the first image, as you can see, that they have written that this product can be used by phones, cameras, and GoPro, right? Which is absolutely interesting. But now they've got 3 lifestyle images. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. But in all of those 3 lifestyle images, they're only trying to show a phone mounted on this tripod. If I was a seller selling this product, I would have shown a phone, a camera, and a GoPro mounted on this tripod, so that I, as a buyer, I'm very confident about the versatility or the feasibility of this, or the compatibility of this tripod with my product. So that's something that this seller is missing on, and that would be some great advice. So if you're the seller watching this, I think you should just take my advice. I'm not taking your name, you should take my advice, right? You can thank me later. Now there's something else that they're doing on this product. Oh, okay, I think we missed it. I think they're trying to do what I just said, but they're just not doing it on the lifestyle images. I think I would do that as well. So yeah, sorry, I would take my words and advice back. The seller seems to be smart enough. So that's what they're exactly doing. I did not notice it, but like I said, that's something that's important, and this seller literally gets it. So now they're also trying to actually make the customer imagine about the dimensions. Now as a customer, again, like I wouldn't want to go to the description section all the way down here and check out the dimensions and then wonder if that's the dimension of the product or the packaging it comes in, right? So it's a great way to communicate the dimensions of the product directly through the images, because it really saves a lot of time and mental stress of the customer or the buyer who's actually looking at your listing. Now you're basically trying to give the customer or the buyer who's looking at your page all the more reasons to add this product to cart. Now let's move on to the next one and see if they are doing something different. Alright, so this particular product seems to be having variations. Now they have 3 different kinds of variations. I think they have more than that. So if you look at the second listing over here, again, like over here in this image, they're trying to show the customer or the buyer how is this going to work, how is this going to bend, twist, and rotate. So I, as a buyer, now I'm pretty clear that this thing rotates 180 degrees around, and it also, and if you can see, they're trying to focus on the aspect by overlapping 2 images and reducing the opacity of the other image and telling the customer that this bends in this way, right? So that's pretty interesting. And as usual, it's also telling the customer the different dimensions and the way the tripod is being used, the hook to mount product is being used, and all that. Now let's look at the third one and see if they're doing anything different. Oh, okay. This seems very similar to the previous product. Yeah, but exactly, now they're being super descriptive over here. So if somebody is a professional, videographer, or somebody who's making movies and requires a lot of agility with their tripod stand, this image right here explains everything. This image right here tells everything about the tripod stand. So if somebody who already is using a tripod stand and has a better knowledge of what a good tripod stand and a bad tripod stand is, this would actually give that customer or buyer that exact information. So yeah, that was it. That was a quick video for you guys. I just wanted to walk you through about what are the different types of images that you can create for your listing and how can you optimize your listing. Alright, one quick, super important and quick tip that I want to share with you all, and the reason why you must always mention information on your product images is because of this. So what I want you to do is, I'll put a link of this product that I'm looking at down below. So if you see this product on your phone, what do you notice? Right? Interesting. Do you see that? No? Alright, let me tell you guys. So what do you notice is that the listing, I look at the listing as a buyer, and then my first action, and you must have done this yourself 1,000 times, but maybe you're not very observant, or maybe you are. But yeah, think back, like whenever you are looking at a listing on your phone, and what is the first thing that you do? What is that first thing that you do? You basically look at the listing and you browse through the images. You may even click on one of these images just to enlarge it, and then you will browse through the images. So what's happening is that if I don't like the listing, correct, or the images on the listing, and if the images don't hook me to the listing, I wouldn't even go back and scroll down below. I would just go back to the search results and go to the next product that is there on the results. So by putting information on your images, you're actually optimizing for the mobile user. And trust me, and this is by data, majority, more than 80% of the searches and the products and product discovery happens on mobile. People may check out on desktop, but they search for products as they're running around, as they're on the go, whenever they have time, and they search for products and they add it to cart. And that makes it all the more important for you to put that information on the images. Over and out. Alright, so that's all for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want such optimization tips for your listing, your images, your bullet points, your description, let me know down below in the comments. I will help you guys. I will respond back to you, and I hope to see you in the group. Alright, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I create my next video. Till then, keep crushing it. Happy Q4. Okay, wait, one second. I don't have my phone on me, but I will put today's sales over here, and yeah, that's what's going on with my Q4. I will see you in the next video. Shut up.